Hello folks, welcome in. I'm just realizing that I don't think I updated my... Oh, I did. Cool. Hello. I'm just doing some game dev, just chill work today because I wanted to work on this and I was considering calling off stream to work on it, and then I realized I'll just do it on stream. So I always start by going over our game document, and things start changing as you go through and you get an idea of what you want to work on, and keeping on task and kind of like trying to stay grounded and keeping the scope of the game in mind is always good, always important. I'm actually starting to work on a like a task management type thing, so I can actually, like, when I go and write down something that I finished or worked on, I can apply a task to it and not actually just delete it and lose the things that I worked on. Unfortunately, I haven't had that implemented since the beginning of the project, so I won't have a full setup of what I've done, but that's okay. It is just a personal project anyways. So, I'm currently calling it the Ethereal Dungeon, but that's probably going to change. Adventures of my dude. We'll change this up a little bit. One of the things that I need to start thinking about and start looking into is creating some art assets, creating some concept work. Not concept work, but like if I'm to set up a game store page or whatever, I'm gonna need a bunch of assets and images and in-game stuff. So I need to start putting something like that together, maybe doing some, filling in some of my placeholder art and stuff like that. So we're making a maze, dungeon crawler. Puzzles might actually get dropped. I haven't decided yet. Might just be combat oriented and maze oriented. I don't even know about like an experience system for our parties to progress, or if you just get a better character in your party. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So this is the project scope. We're going to have multiple floors. I think today I'm going to work on getting floor generation working, because I believe the map is all generating properly. So sip of coffee there. So pretty much we're progressing into a dungeon, finding and recruiting party members, and I might even add some sort of endless mode if I can figure that out. You begin at the start, organize a team, enter the dungeon. As you go deeper, you fight bigger monsters. Pretty much the basic gameplay that you might see. Implemented a map. Starting party select. Implemented. Item equipment is partially implemented. Can we do like a gold that stand out? Implemented, partially implemented, abandoned. Game elements, world building, confines of the dungeon, various environments and their reasoning of why they are developed the way they are. I don't like how that's worded. World building, confines of the dungeon, various environments, and the reasoning for why they are developed the way they are. Various environments and denizens of that environment. Story dungeons are not uncommon, but this dungeon has claimed the lives of many adventurers. Seek what mysteries the dungeon keeps. Maybe a group of adventurers survive and return with a haul of treasure. Claiming the depths of the dungeon was filled, and they could not carry any more. That actually... So I have a few extra pages here that I'm just kind of adding notes to. Treasure rooms. Very generic characters that are randomly generated. Very generic character classes that are randomly generated. So I had some ideas for characters, which I wrote down here. I'm considering a shiny version of characters along with a rarity system. Hey, these characters are actually really good, so we're gonna make them harder to find, that kind of thing. They only show up. Warrior, some sort of fighter class. I actually was inspired by this recently, just having some sort of mustached gentleman type character in like a bowler hat type thing. Rogue classes, so just fighters with different specialties. Rogue classes. These might have some sort of extra abilities, or not. It might just be, hey, they deal damage differently. I need some sort of synergies. Because then what's the point of, like, team building? And just the different things that characters might have. Make compendium. Locations. Maze or dungeon. Want to be 2D in the style of Legend of Zelda, like the original Legend of Zelda. Different dungeon environments. Level design. Those are going to be randomly constructed pre-rune shapes. And then populated with enemies, loot, interactive lore pieces, traps, and puzzles. We're gonna make traps and puzzles. I was using that one. We're gonna make traps and puzzles be a stretch goal. This is definitely going to be in the main, like this kind of is needed. Enemies loot obviously is needed as well. Alright, room generation is going to be random, and actually not room, random generation. So enemies, party members, not implemented, items, progression items, weapons, armor that are class specific. So I have this partially done already, but I think we were talking about potentially skipping some of this. I think we got rid of key doors. Puzzles are going to be stretch. Pattern of movement of party members in rooms and scenes independent of control. So a lot of this is still going to be added. Game save is something that I still need to work on as well. Some of the things that I was looking... Yeah, these are some things that I need to improve from what I've already worked on. What I was working on last time. Rooms are being generated consistently in the correct rotation. Revamped the array, direction, design, or designation. Fixed door plugs, so all the doors are working, but I need to keep making sure that's functioning properly. Most of the room array persistent data is the only outlier in the room dictionary. So I moved all of the room array stuff into persistent data, which is going to be like information that's saved in the background that's not dependent on stuff like the floor, the room, or anything that's being loaded. Only outlier is the room dictionary. There's a difference between the dictionary in the room dictionary object and the chromatic one. Still needs work. I'm not going to deal with that today. I think today we are going... the reason I was doing that was so that I could start working on floors. Yeah, that's something I still need to work on. Fix store bugs again. So a lot of this stuff needs to be put into... yeah, so today I think, all of this I need to put into my, like, task tracking system that I'm going to start putting together for this. So today what I'm going to work on is getting a secondary floor. So let's go into Godot. If I open this, do you guys get to see it? No, you do not. If I do this, still don't get to see it. Let's see if I can do another window capture. Okay. So this is the window, but why are you not... Why are you not showing anything? Okay, I think we're just gonna have to add in a display. Oops, not display. Actually, is it potentially a game capture? Maybe this will work. Wait, that's a thing already? There it is. Okay, we'll throw this right here. Put that right there. Oh, that's why. Okay. We're going to generate our rooms, and this is what it looks like. One of the things I did want to mention is I worked it out so that the seed is seed generation. Okay, so now we see we're on a whole other floor. Let's go. Oh, now it's going to show this. I don't want that. Switch it to that. So now if I open this again, will it pop up? Yes, cool. All right. Room dictionary, floor. So this is my persistent data. So I'm actually putting information in here. And this was the issue with the dictionary is the issue with the dictionary is if I'm using these, it's not an actual like scene, so I can't get the rays. So each of them have these room generation rays. And I can't get those when I do it this way. So this, or when I do it this way. So these dictionaries end up just... I left it alone. Okay. Path room array floor 1. Not sure this is correct. Let's go into our main screen. HUD. Here, go into HUD. Main screen. Some of these things are kind of, the way I did them is not exactly how I want it to be. And this is not a good way of doing this because I don't want it to just... maybe delta is the way to do it. Do R floor number equals 1. On ready. Floor number equals this actually might just be as easy as floor number equals persistent data dot what am I working on right now? What script is this? Just HUD dot. Yeah. Okay, so I need persistent data. Current floor. Okay, and then panel floor number dot text. Let's not do it this way. Let's go. Info panel for info panel equals panel, which actually let's rename this. Okay, so floor info panel dot get node floor number dot text. I just need how to figure out Is it a floor? No, it's a, what is this? A label. Yeah, it's just text equals floor plus floor number. Let's do this. Let's see if this works. Yells at me. I'll just do that. This way. Try again. It's 4-0. Still says 4-0. Didn't update that. I'm just gonna move this, I think. It's blocking chat. Cannot emit non. So we'll change floor down. I haven't worked on some of this stuff in a little bit, so remembering what's going on is tricky. Floor number currently 0. Okay, so it's going to keep hitting that. Generate rooms. I want to hit the floor and throw a breakpoint here. Floor number is still 0. Let's redo this. Don't need that. Generate rooms. We'll jump over here. It didn't. Oops, I did not mean to do it that way. Okay, so it moved over, but it didn't hit this breakpoint. Let's see if it's the up floor transition that's being hit. Actually, let's see what the output is saying. Floor up, yeah, so it should be here. Hit the breakpoint. Not responding. What'd I do? Yeah, hit the breakpoint. Okay, and this is why it's going to save manager and not persistent data. Okay. So root main floors. Main things. What is the script? Floor manager. Update floors. Let's do this. Let's find all of where it said save manager. So I was using Save Manager as my original persistent data because when I was looking into Save Manager, it's like, hey, you wanna set up these persistent datas, or you want this thing to always be loaded. So I started with Save Manager, but I think I want it all to be persistent data now. So it looks like I was actually already working on these floor issues, or the floor. Okay, so now we're on floor 1. Let's redo this, make sure that's going from 0 to 1. So I'm starting on floor 0. Now I'm on floor 1. Okay. Okay, so can I rename this without? Probably not. So I need both of these open so that I can quickly jump back and forth, I'm hoping. Okay. Hey Cameron. Sorry you're late, that's fine. Understandable. I'm just working on my game today. I didn't want to skip out on stream, but I really wanted to work on this, so. Today we're working on trying to get our floor changing. So when you change floors, it generates a new floor of dungeons working. Floor creator. Some of this I worked on a long time ago, so now I gotta figure out what I have set up already. I also like game dev days. Let me show you what I have so far. So my rooms, I don't know if I showed you this the other day or not. My rooms are populating, and I have a seed-based development, which I'm gonna add here. I think I'm gonna like write what the seed is, just so I can have a visual representation of that, which would be cool. All right. Why do I still have this? I do have a copy of all this. I don't know what all that was. It's great seeing how far the game has come. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting back into it and having motivation to wanting to finish building it, so. But my actual free time is very limited. I'm blanking a little bit. My brain is just not firing here. My issue right now is there's so much input right now that it's hard for me to know what direction I need to go. I should have a floor manager. I do, right here. Floors has the floor manager. We got ads coming in. I don't think I'm going to stop for ads. I think I'm just going to work through the ads because not a whole lot is happening. I might take breaks when I need them though. Floor creator. What is floor creator part of? Is it just the regular floors? Yeah. Okay, so all floor manager has update floors. I don't like this. Let's do another function for create for. I might need to make a floor object. Understandable, life gets busy, but the calm downtime is where we find a peace of mind. Absolutely. I got such great news yesterday in regards to rent when I got a job, and the Applebee's here is hiring for a dishwasher. Nice. It's going to be far less than I was paying. Okay. I can easily pay everything in one check, so if I split it up, it comes to about $450 to $500 per paycheck. The rest is mine to do with what I want. That is awesome. It's always great to actually have positive income. Honestly, I'm being generous because my buddy didn't say I had to pay half of the streaming bills, but I'm going to be watching. I don't want to watch ads 3 times a Rick and Morty episode, right? Ads are getting so out of hand. Alright, so floor manager needs to have a way of creating floors. But the issue with creating floors is I need to name it. Can't export if I don't. Okay. And so when I'm going in and checking, for whatever reason I have this. And I don't want that. Let's stop this first. I don't want to do it here though, do I? Maybe I will. Slightly bougie in the dumbest of ways, but this last month of regular YouTube has been just wowing. I didn't know YouTube had gotten a LimeWire virus. You have to give me more information on that. I don't remember what the LimeWire virus did. It's been a long time. And so if you're making a relation between the LimeWire virus and whatever's going on YouTube, I am in the dark on the reference. Okay, so the floor, create floor. I need to make a new create a new 2D for object. Where'd you put it? Right here. Here for whatever reason. Room objects, floor objects. Take this floor object and bring it up here. Okay. Now we need to look at this object. We need to put floor creator. Okay, so now this is a floor object. And this also needs a room generator. Object. Okay, so now go back here. Okay, so now instead of this, what if I just did this? Let's see if this operates. It does, okay. Never lost a computer to LimeWire? No, I never actually used LimeWire. It's just pop-up after pop-up just because you wanted to spend 12 hours downloading a song or album on or TV show episode. It was awful. It's just a bombardment, sure. And YouTube is like that right now, yeah. So I never got into those song downloading softwares or anything. I didn't do a ton of internet browsing. Not like, normal browsing, but like a lot of the normal, how do I put this? Like, I didn't do a lot of normal kid internet things growing up. I was already pretty like aware of things going on before I had like free access to internet stuff. So I haven't had a whole lot of like viruses or had to deal with a lot of those kind of things. I'm also like super extra cautious on the things that I do. Okay, so create floor. I want to instantiate. So this is what I want to do. I want to do something like this. I'm going to change a couple things though. So this will make, or this will, taking that floor object, I want to instantiate it. But I want to add it to this object. this is not where I want it. Oh. That's what I want to do. Get no generator. fair enough. I was an idiot as a kid. 14 was weird age. So the other thing was, like, I was very limited to my access to things. My mom was very controlling of the things that came in and out, so I really wasn't on my own to make my own decisions for a long time. And so I got to the age where my decision making was actually better before I actually started having to make those decisions. Okay. So I need to look at these. Update floors. Update floors. Okay, so when I hit one of these objects, it calls the floor manager and tells it to update the floors. Updating the floors, actually, let's do this, because I was actually trying to design this path. Actually, if I move this, you guys can still see it. Cool. And I can see both screens. Okay, so this is going to be floor management / creation path, code path. Okay, so touching floor transition object. Let's just do numbers. So you touch transition object. Calls on change floor direction. Calls floor manager dot update floors. So if I have this cheat sheet, getting around my code and remembering my code later on is going to be easier. So then if we go to... So the one thing that I'm upset about... actually, let me look it up real quick. So supposedly, I should be able to click this. It doesn't seem to work. Control click on function name. I guess it doesn't necessarily know where this is because I'm getting a random node. Okay, so it does work if it's in the same thing, or maybe if it's something that I can... Okay, so if I don't actually know what it is... Paul, welcome in. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm taking a side mission here to kind of write the path of my code, how it jumps from one place to another. So calls update floors, which is going to be floor manager here. Floor manager is going to set floor active. Floor is in level or ground. It's going to be level. So let me give you. Let me switch my screens here so you can see. Okay. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's happening in the game here. So we have a character select screen. I just pick one because it's not super implemented right now. I generate some rooms. So this is my dungeon. It creates a bunch of random rooms, closes doors that don't connect to rooms, or if they don't have like a door that leads into it. And then I have this floor transition object, these stairs here. So when I touch it, it jumps to the next floor. And then what I want to do here is pretty much have that object jump you, create another floor object, and then generate all of the rooms on that trigger. So that's what I'm working on right now. This object, don't think I actually need. We gotta get it working first, though. Okay, so floor manager, update floors. Is it on scope to allow players to jump back to the previous floor? See, I was making it so that it was functionally possible. I do have both up and down transitions. Scope might move returning to previous floors out, though. It might be something that ends up not being what I want the game to do. Yeah. But my thing is, like, if a player finds the... Because it's a random dungeon, if they find the exit and they exit through it, I don't want to leave the kind of feels bad as like, oh, well, I can't go back and explore. And then I have to explain why they can't go back and explore. Which I can do, it's just, I'm still considering whether or not I want to allow it. As a roguelike, it might be smarter just to have them not be able to. But I'm leaving it open for myself to make that decision later. Okay, so update floors. Whoops. Okay. Update floors. This is kind of odd, though. This code here. Or is it? It might have to be renamed, but I think this is fine. Floor calls set active. Set active on children whose... Yeah, this is gonna need to be refactored. So I implemented you justified it by making the entire floor be flooded over time. I could. So, over the course of the dungeon, I'm gonna have different areas. So it's just gonna be like a reskin, but have different areas. So like I'll have a lava level or an ice level or something like that. But the narrative that I was kind of working on was the idea that you're delving into this ever-changing dungeon, but you're also coming back out. So you can actually like choose when to end your run, was one of the concepts that I was having. And so ending your run would mean you're leaving back out the way you came, even if it's narrative. So I can't like seal them in. That was my thought, at least. And in that case, letting them go back out back up the levels. And I am keeping track of the levels. I'm not like deleting the floors afterwards. So they technically could go back up, because all of that information would still be saved. What you said reminds me a lot of Disgaea Item World. Check it out. You may have a bit of inspiration. Let me write a note of that. Disgaea Item World. I will check that out. Thank you. Set active on children. Who is the current floor? Does it deactivate everything that's not? Yes, it does. Deactive what is not. Okay. Set floor active. Is just deactivating the floor and all the colliders and everything. Just deactivating the objects. Okay, so update floors is called when I hit something. So it sets all of them active. So actually what I need to do, I could just set them all as not active and then create floor. Because when I make a new floor, none of them should be active. So all of this could end up getting removed. I don't think I have to change any of that though. I'm gonna call create floor. You guys can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, I really I've been really liking games like Slay the Spire, and I think this one I originally started working on, was it after Blueprints, or was I don't remember when I originally started working on this, what originally was my inspiration. But it felt like I thought it was going to be an easy project, but it has kind of gotten bigger and bigger as I go. So create floor is going to make a new floor, add it as a child to my current floors. And it's going to create what I really need to set up though is some version control, because pretty much I have to do something new and then test it. No room direction, no room to create. Okay. And that is because of the create function, which I can't jump to. We need to go to room generator, create room function. I think I know why, though. Where's my print here? No room to create. Gen position, room.position equals gen position. No room direction. Okay. So, create floor. Update floors. Update floor, then calls. Create floor. Let's jump back to here. Create floor. Create floor. Instantiate a new floor object. Sets its name. Calls the floors room gen script to create room 1. Okay, so if it does that, then we jump into give me just one moment, folks. Gotta respond to a text real quick. Okay. So now we want to go to room gen, create room, take floor, then calls create room. Room generator create room function. This right here is my issue, because the room array. Let's go to persistent data. Because persistent data.room array does not exist. So this is always going to false. No, it's not. Okay. Persistent data. Room array. It does have a room array. Oh. Okay, so this is where I need to fix this. Okay, so this isn't currently being used, I don't think. Yeah, it's not currently being used, so I can just change that name. On ready. Persistent data.room array. So what I need to do is I need to copy this. Room arrays dot persistent not dot persistent data dot current floor. Is it current floor or is it? Current floor. Okay. So now it's going to take from whatever the current floor's room arrays is, and this is the room array that we actually want. So everywhere else that's looking at the room array needs to go to the room array looks like I've updated that already. Room arrays. Don't like this. It's yucky. We're going to take a quick ad break, folks. I'm going to stand up and stretch a bit. So we'll be right back. And we're just going to continue working on getting multiple floors happening. Yeah, so I will be right back. Ads. I'll be right back. All right, thank you for your patience. All right, so we're just gonna keep updating these. So this one, get rid of that. On persistent data. All right. Let's save all scenes. I'm gonna refresh this. Invalid index 0 on base array. Persistent data, current floor is 0. Excuse me. Okay, so what I need to do in ready, I need to So the issue is this is empty, and I can't find in something that's empty. Panel, map, panel. Yeah, so I need to set up path rooms are gonna have to change too. Let's retry this. Okay. Invalid get index 1 on base array. Array size 1. Okay. Alright. Okay. So now I need to go back to floor manager, because this creates the floor. But before I do that, let's go, where do I want to put this? Maybe I put it in persistent data. Yeah. I'm getting kind of annoyed that I've been using different... Let's just do it this way. Just do it. Just do the thing. Okay. New var room array equals empty array type array. Then I don't need this. I don't need this. So on ready, create new floor data. I also want to do this. So then I won't need these. Before I delete them, I need to see where else they're being used. Path room arrays. Nice, they're not being used. Okay. Get rid of these, get rid of these. So we create a new floor, we're gonna make a room array and a path array, and we're gonna add them to our array of arrays. Okay. Okay. Now, when I call update floors in the floor object, floor manager, update floors, in create floor, first thing we do is we call persistent data dot create new floor data. Then we're going to create a floor object, instantiate it, set the name to the current floor, add the floor, create the room. Save. Let's see what this does. It's a different map. Let's look at this. Great rooms. Let's look at the map. Looks like our duck guy, right? We're gonna hit here. This is still duck guy. Oh, you want to know why? This map is generated only when I open the map for the first time. So, HUD. No. Menu screen. have it so... I'm not sure that I need this. So we're going to set up a map reset. Then I don't have to do this. So you press it, reset, draw the rooms. Map reset.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
I think we take this, put it up here. So every time they pause, it'll reset the map. And in map reset, I want drawn map. Right here. Does this work or not? Looks like not. I think it's because I'm... Yeah, so it's never hitting there. So I guess I put this back in here. button is this. Okay, so it's the pause button. So pressing enter is a player. Is player. So my guess is if I hit enter, just continue this. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to have a pause function. Just called pause. Because I want both of these to hit it. So we're going to take all of this. I'm going to put it here. Then we can take it out of here. Does that work? This did not place it. Why is that not placing my Ever. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I wasn't planning on streaming for very long today, so I'll probably be done shortly here. But I'm glad you were able to make it. Try and get this Kabuto, sorry. I'll have to figure that out later. It feels like death, and according to coworkers, looks like death, so I went home early. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna record that it's not working again. Map cursor disappeared. I moved. Pause functionality in menu screen. Oh, that's not at all what I want. Okay, and you guys are still seeing that because it's open. I want to close it. But that really shouldn't be. Okay, so now we have this. Let's close it. Now we have a new map. However, it has not updated. Oops. Yeah, that's where I wanted. However, if I generate the rooms and go in here, then open the map, I do get the new map. So, what we're seeing here is that It's on map button pressed. So if I look at this, it says, hey, I've got this. Then when I trigger this, if I click map button, okay. Clear is not working. Map reset. Hit maprooms.clear. Okay. Map rooms is 60. Over map room is 0, so clear is working. However, that is not where the map rooms are. Okay. So for each room in map rooms, room.queueFree. Then clear it. Okay. So that is doing what I wanted to. Oh, I wanted to check one more thing. I need to make sure I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? Yeah, okay. Good. You have a sophisticated looking dungeon. You made a ton of progress. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm making a lot of progress on it. And it's looking like we're actually getting a second floor, which is really good. I need to add this. So what this should do is clear it all. So now I should be able to also hit it here. I think I get rid of it here. Just have it in pause. So we hit here, we get floor 1. What is it not like? Ah, yes. Add the room to the map and the scene. This is broken because the duplicate is add child. Oh. Okay, so what I need to do here is this is not this. It is... through nodes and check the property yourself. Yeah, that's fine. So for child in this is a room generator. I think it's this. V dot get children for child and get node floors. I need to check if child dot floor name equals this. Got ads coming in. I am going to work through the ads here. It's already 3 o'clock. It's only gonna stream for a little bit. I'm gonna work through the ads just to try and fix this last issue. And then after the ads, we will we'll wrap up. Actually, don't want that there. I want it down here. Oh, this is back too. Okay, so I've got to go do this, which was just done in Room Generator. Yeah, right here. Keep forgetting that I leave that up there. Ray Q. Where is Ray Q coming from? Current floor. And we're going to change this. No. Take this. All right. How about now? For creator and room objects. Objects. Okay. Gonna lurk, maybe doze off. I'm glad your game started to take shape. Thank you so much. Almost done here, folks. Well, you look at that. Beautiful. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up by looking at our web doc. All right. What we did today. This we're going to move down here. Created functioning floors. We're going to put an exclamation point on that one. When player touches transition object, a new floor is created and the map reflects the new floor. All right. Something else that I want to work on, which I think is probably something that I might need to do in my free time, but set up task management system and move all of these there and move this section. Okay. All right. So that's really all that I'm going to do today. We're going to save everything. And we're going to call it here. I know it was a short stream. Only a few hours. Stretch. Drink a little coffee. It was a shorter stream, but we actually got a good chunk done. We're getting a lot of coding stuff done. Eventually, once the code is kind of working, we're gonna put more effort into the looks and making it look a little better. Yeah, I was glad you were here too, Cameron. I appreciate you being here. And I know you said you were kind of busy today doing your move. So I'm glad you had the time. I'm getting really into this, working on this game. I'm trying to balance working on this game and still practicing for Zelda to try and get better times. I don't know. The issue is I have so little time, and then I have to choose what I put that time towards. And I feel like this is more, I can point to this and be like, hey, look at this progress, look at, everything I've done. A little bit more than the Zelda game where it's just like, hey, I shaved off of, 10 minutes, 20 minutes playing this game. I think this is a little bit more worthwhile. But that's me personally. So yeah, let's raid out. I know we just kind of had an ad here. I'm going to stop my recording. YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. I have a lot of videos that I could upload. Maybe it goes to a different YouTube channel though. But there was a bit of time that I was working on the game that I wasn't actually streaming it, so I don't have 100% of the game. But we're going to try to push to finish this game up. I've been talking to some other streamers, some other folks that I want to hand this out to once I can, and see if I can get some eyeballs on it. But the other thing I need to do is come up with marketing materials and visuals and stuff, so that I can put, like, if I opened a Steam, put it up on Steam, I need so many assets and screenshots and stuff like that I need to put together. Yeah, I'm really liking it too. I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to make the rooms bigger, which is going to take a little bit of a coding rewrite too, because I've unfortunately set a lot of numbers hard in stone, so I'm going to have to change those to variables. And so rooms are going to change a little bit. Some artwork, some character design. I've got there's a lot of art and assets that still need to go in, but the actual functionality is starting to coalesce, and I'm really happy about that. One of the other things, once I get the dungeon generating, which we're kind of at now, the next step for the dungeon generating is generating all the enemies, bosses, items, random things in there. And then I need to work on the battle system, making sure that's all set. And once we do, I think we just start polishing at that point. Alright, so let's find somebody to raid out to. YouTube, thanks for being here. I'm gonna stop the video.